Members, we're going to move right along in our special order of business. Continuing with file item 53. File item 53, members, Senator Jackson, SB 894. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 894 by Senator Jackson, enacting to firearms.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. SB 894 would strengthen our gun laws by requiring a person to report the theft or loss of a firearm within 5 days that the person knew or should have reasonably known that their firearm had been lost or stolen. It would provide that the first and second offense would be punished as an infraction, to give notice, to let people know that they have a responsibility to make known to law enforcement when a gun, a firearm, has been lost or stolen. The third time around, this would become a misdemeanor. If you can't figure it out after the first and second times with an infraction, the third time will become a misdemeanor. This measure will bring several critical improvements to public safety in California, including identifying straw purchasers. These are individuals who purchase for those that cannot legally pass a background check. It will also enhance the Department of Justice's efforts to remove firearms from those who are part of the Armed Prohibited Persons System, which, if we would actually fund, would be able to provide accurate and up-to-date information about those who have, because of their prior behavior, been prohibited from having firearms. And third, it would alert law enforcement to the existence of guns stolen by criminals in their communities. An analysis in 2010 by Mayors Against Illegal Guns found that states without mandatory lost or stolen reporting laws export 2.5 times more crime guns across state lines than jurisdictions that have such laws. And in 2007, a report by the International Association of Chiefs of Police recommended that governments adopt mandatory reporting laws, concluding it would enable police to respond more rapidly to a report of a stolen gun. Members, this issue is extremely important to many of us, and I'm sure it's equally important to your constituencies as well. We cannot wait for the next San Bernardino or the next Isla Vista in my community before we enact these common sense laws to reduce unnecessary gun violence. And as stated in the police chief's report, gun violence reaches across borders and jurisdictions and compromises the safety of everyone along the way. This bill is supported by many organizations, including the California chapter of the Brady Campaign and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. With that, I would respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item. Senator Nielsen.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, well-intended but misguided. And one of the best examples as we wind down these debates of what the whole package is intending to do, to misdirect our resources from the bad to the good. Now, if you're a residential burglar, we're going to go easy on you. You get caught, you get a ticket, a summons to appear. You ignore that summons to appear. We do not have the resources to serve you and find you and bring you back. You do another burglary the next day. You get a ticket. You go in the summons pile. That's not a big deal, except to the mother who comes home every night in fear that that burglar is going to be there. But we're going to go easy on those burglars. But say that that burglar takes a gun from your home, and now you fail to report that gun in 48 hours. Now you, victim, have become a criminal. You do repeat criminality, you're going to be prosecuted. You're going to be fined. That is, to me, the ultimate absurdity, the ultimate example of decriminalizing the criminal and criminalizing the law-abiding. There could be no more classic example of what today's debates, plural, have been all about. Think about it. You are an innocent person. My dad on his ranch lost his whole collection one time of guns to someone who came in and broke into the ranch house at night and stole all that collection. Some of them were heirloom guns too. That was pretty devastating. No big deal though. But today, had he not reported that, he would have committed a crime to this legislature. And how are we going to keep track of all of that? I don't understand the logic. Is that really going to help? How will this enhance and stop any of these egregiously violent acts? Law enforcement do have to come out and investigate burglaries. But think of that extra burden now on the victim, who not only has to suffer the ravage of the invasion of their privacy and now feeling always unsafe every night in their home, but now they have to worry about, oh my, now I have committed a crime. If in my emotional distress, forget to call in 48 hours. In fact, in part because this is not a transparent debate and serious process that we have engaged upon, I still will argue. How many California citizens are going to be aware of this 48-hour requirement? How many hundred? And I say that somewhat facetiously. How many hundred will even know that they are required to report this lost firearm? And innocently will, by virtue of their legislators, become a victim. This, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, is your easiest no vote of the day.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. According to the Firearms Policy Coalition, much like the half-dozen failed in vetoes on bills of similar topics before it, SB 894 criminalizes, with no civilian exceptions, any failure to report a lost or stolen firearm to law enforcement within 5 days in the jurisdiction where the loss or the theft may have occurred, possibly making it criminal out of a victim who merely fails to report his or her property was lost or stolen within 5 days is truly absurd. There are undoubtedly many individuals who have already purchased firearms that will be unaware of this requirement should it become the law, and could be subject to fines and possibly even incarceration for repeat offenses. In 2012 and 2013, similar legislation was passed by the legislature and resoundingly vetoed by our Democratic Governor, Jerry Brown. Again, this is another attempt of making criminals out of law-abiding citizens, and instead of devoting those resources to finding out who stole those guns and getting guns out of the arms of criminals and people with mental health problems. For those reasons, I urge a no vote on SB 894.
Members, debate or discussion? Any additional debate or discussion? Senator Anderson.
Senators, I wasn't going to speak on this, but one of my colleagues from Gerber brought up an excellent point. You see, early in my marriage, in fact, first week of our marriage, we were robbed. We left our house, we purchased a house, moved in, and a truck came in after we left and loaded up all our stuff and took off, and we made an insurance claim, and the insurance company worked really well with us. They had all sorts of ways to teach us how to go through each room and remember all the things that we lost. To this day, almost 30 years later, I'll reach for a tool or I'll reach for something, and I remember, oh my gosh, I didn't file it part of the claim because I didn't remember it. It puts a lot of responsibility after a person's been victimized on them to remember each and every little item. And as they struggle to remember all that, because some of this stuff, if you had a gun safe, you may not even open your gun safe because maybe you don't use the gun range that often. But you like it and you have it, and you never once thought to open it because there's no reason why they would have been able to get into it. But had they gotten into it, you could be re-victimized. I think that my colleague from Gerber made an excellent point, only because it really resonated with me, because I realize that it's hard to remember everything that's been stolen. And to re-victimize victims is the wrong path, and I would urge a no vote.
Members, additional debate or discussion on this item? Seeing none, Senator Jackson, would you like to close?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, you know, with gun ownership comes certain responsibilities. Guns are dangerous weapons, and whether you believe the Second Amendment gives everybody a right to have a gun or not, we have to recognize that guns are dangerous weapons. And so if within 5 days, and I'd like to correct my colleague from Tehama, it's a 5-day requirement. And if you have been burgled or robbed, you're probably going to call the police to let them know that. And all this bill says is that when you do let them know that, you let them know if you had a firearm, that the firearm has been stolen. This doesn't make a criminal out of anybody. In fact, there's a reason the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Association supports this bill, because it's going to help law enforcement. This is one of the most ridiculous arguments that I have heard, that we're going to criminalize law-abiding citizens. If you have a theft in your home, this isn't like someone took a hammer or a screwdriver and you've got 30 of them. This is a firearm. And your obligation and the rights and responsibilities associated with this will simply now include that you've got to notify law enforcement if that gun is stolen. And you are given the right not to have to report it if you didn't reasonably have reason to know that it had been stolen. This is a common sense, small but significant measure that will protect the public from those criminals that we keep hearing about. And it also protects you from being a suspect if your firearm is used subsequently in a crime. That's what this bill does. There are responsibilities with gun ownership, and I consider this to be one of the most minor. But it is important to law enforcement. I hope it's important to the membership on this floor. And with that, I would ask for your aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Cannella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. No. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wisso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. No. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members, please.
Nilsson, no. Block. Aye. Galgiani. No. Wynn. No. Runner.
Ayes 24, noes 15, the measure passes. Moving on to foul item 55, members, that's SB 1006. Senator Wolk, Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1006 by Senator Wolk, an act relating to firearm violence research.
Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, research into gun-related injury and death was once the responsibility of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Washington, D.C. However, in 1996, at the request of the National Rifle Association, Congress passed something called the Dickey Amendment. It was authored by Representative Jay Dickey, who was a Republican from Arkansas. The amendment, combined with a reduction in funding to the CDC, stopped the CDC gun research in its tracks. SB 1006 will establish a new firearm research center at the University of California and will fill the void left by Congress's failure to act. Fortunately, the research center will do what Congress has failed to do: get the facts, apply science, publish openly their results. Their results are then peer-reviewed, evaluate existing laws and strategies, and find answers that will lead to solutions. Support for this bill now includes the author of the Dickey Amendment, Jay Dickey himself, who since 1996 has changed his mind. He has come out strongly in favor of firearm research and this bill in particular. Members, 50 years ago, there were close to, each year, 100,000 deaths annually due to motor vehicles. But thanks to research and technological advances and the laws that came from that research, from seatbelts, mandatory seatbelt laws, infant car seats, mandatory infant car seat laws, better bumpers, better glass, better materials, and now airbags, the motor vehicle death rate has dropped dramatically without banning automobiles. Better research, I believe, could yield similar reductions. But we won't know if we don't do the research. This bill is sponsored by the California American College of Emergency Physicians, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and we have strong support not only from the public health community, but from the California police chiefs, from the California College and University police chiefs, from other law enforcement, and this is also a bipartisan bill. I ask for your aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Cannella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Latta. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. No. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Block. Aye. Gaines. No. Galgiani. Hancock. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Runner.
Ayes 24, noes 14, the measure passes. Moving on to foul item 58, members, SB 1407. Senator De Leon, Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1407 by Senator De Leon, an act relating to firearms.
Senator De Leon.